Before I start the video, I just want to thank LAKEY for the sponsor. LAKEY is a free AI coach which will track your MM or FACEIT games and record your stats onto their site. Through that, the AI will tell you what parts of your game needs improving and what parts are good. If you want to check it out, feel free to use my link in the description. Today I want to do something a bit different. Today I want to go back to 2018 where there was one team dominating the competition. Astralis. Heya I'm Smirky and today I want to have a look at PRIME Astralis and their entry pathing for Inferno. So let's begin. Alright, let's start with the A-bomb site. In this round, Astralis are going to have 4 people towards top mid. 3 of the T's are going to run into short where they're going to deal with the pit player. Once they sorted out the pit player, they're going to wrap into the site and clear it. They're able to get 4 kills when entering the site and get the bomb down. Let me show you the overview. Starting with pro player number 1. Pro player number 1 is going to be the first person out short. He's going to swing out and get close towards the haystack. Since there is no mono smoke, he has to focus towards mono and site. Meanwhile, pro player number 2 is going to be looking towards pit and balcony. Pro number 2 will get the kill onto the pit player. Pro player number 1 is going to swing out onto the site. He will get a kill onto the site player. Meanwhile, pro number 2 and pro number 3 will run up through the site. Pro number 2 is going to run out from short, he's going to run down next to the wall, and he's going to look towards balcony and pit. He checks balcony to make sure there are no CTs waiting there. He'll then spot the player in pit and get a nice shot onto them. Because of this, Astralis are going to accelerate. Pro number 1 is going to swing the entire site. Meanwhile, 2 and 3 are going to try and run through the site. Pro number 3. Pro number 3 is going to run down with pro number 2 next to this wall, getting ready to trade him if he dies from sight or moto. He's going to be joining number 2 looking towards moto since there is no smoke. Once number 2 gets the kill, number 2 is going to try run through it but will die. Number 3 would have run into the site and helped clear it with number 1. However, since number 1 already cleared the entire site, he can fall back towards short and watch it. Let me show you the players' POVs. Pro number 1 is going to be Dupree. Dupree's going to run down next to the wall, look towards moto. He doesn't see any players, Magis will get the kill. So because of this will allow Dupree to wrap the site safely and kill Oscar. Once he kills Oscar, he's going to focus towards library where he'll get the kill onto Stico. Magis is going to be pro player number 2. Magis is going to run down short next to this wall. He'll look towards balcony, make sure there's no one there. Sees pit, gets a nice shot onto them. Clears cold 0, however he'll die from library. Device is going to be pro player number 3. Device is going to run down with number 1. He's going to look towards moto, doesn't see any T's. Number 1 is going to wide swing the site and clear it. So because of that, he's going to look towards short for the after plant. Alright, let's move on to the B site. In this round, Astralis is going to execute onto the B site against Mouse Sports. They're going to Molotov second and sandwich. They're going to have their backs towards the wall, fighting any CTs who are trying to peek them. Astralis is going to force the CTs into the open, where they're going to fight them 4-on-1. They're going to win their fight, they're going to get onto the site and get the bomb down. Let's look at the overview. If you look at pro number 1, pro number 1 is going to have his back against the wall and he's going to peek towards the site. He's going to make sure he's not open to CT and he's going to clear his angles on site. If one of the CTs were boosted above the smoke, they won't be able to see pro number 1 as he's not visible. Now for pro number 2. Pro number 2 is going to swing out with once again his back towards the wall, making sure he's not open towards CT, and he doesn't want to go on a line with 1 and 3 just because he'll be giving the CTs 1v1s. In this way the T's have the advantage as they're fighting the CTs 1 and 3. Number 2 is going to swing onto the site, they're going to get both the kills, and so because of that he's going to cross the site while looking at CT. Now for pro number 3. Pro number 3 is going to be right behind pro number 1. He's going to get ready to trade him just in case he dies. And once again, his back is towards the wall. We can see that number 1 dies to Fountain. So because of that, number 3 is going to trade number 1 by killing the player on Fountain. Then both number 2 and 3 are going to peek the CT at the exact same time, minimizing their chances of them losing the round. Let's look at the player POVs. Pro player number 1 is going to be Device. He's going to play anti-flash, he's going to swing out to the side. He's going to try to kill the player towards Sandwich, but will die to Fountain. Dupree's going to be pro player number 2. Dupree's going to be in front of 1 and 3 just to avoid them going in a line. He's going to peek towards Emo, peek towards Fountain, and help get the kill there. He can then peek the last CT on site with his teammate. Once all the CTs are dead on site, he can cross the smoke, knowing that all the CTs on site are dead. Glaive is going to be pro player number 3. Glaive is going to be behind pro number 1. Number 1 will die to Fountain, so he's going to swing out and trade him. He'll then peek towards site with number 2 and kill him. Once he's got the kills, he can focus on holding Banana. Let me show you another round where they did something very similar. In this round, they're going to be executing against Liquid. They put the CT smoke down, 4 of the Charles players will come, and now look at this. They have 4 players looking towards site, and since it's so late in the round, it's unlikely that the Liquid B players will have any utility to counter this push. So because of this, Astralis can just group up and stroll into the site, taking the 4v1s. They're going to kill the player towards Quad and Pillar, and then they have the site. If you want to see more content like this, feel free to subscribe to my channel or check out my Twitter as I'm posting some exclusive videos there. Thank you LAKEY for the sponsor. Thanks for watching. See you in a bit.